So we're gonna do a reading. So this afternoon, I'm gonna turn the heater off. Sometimes it like throws off the flow, you know. So this afternoon, my oldest son's father calls me and he asks me, have I checked in with Passport Canada, because Passport Canada misplaced, well, I don't know if it was Passport Canada or Canada Post or whoever this is. They either intercepted, okay, my son's birth certificate, or they didn't send it back. They didn't send it back, okay, and they said that they did, okay, and they didn't. So my son's birth certificate got stolen. My son's birth certificate got stolen, okay. And people didn't want me to look into it, okay? For whatever reasons they had for me not to look into it, okay? But somebody has my son's birth certificate. And I understand that if you have my son's birth certificate, then you could get him a SIN number, and then you could potentially not only have like these people like frauded me out, but now they can fraud out my son, right? They can fraud out my son. That's a brand new identity. You know what I mean? And these are two government agencies, okay? This is either Passport Canada, okay, or Canada Post. So I mean, like, where's the professionalism in that? Okay, where is it? It's non-existent. So I don't know what they wanted me to do. Just forget about it. Forget about it. Move on. Anyways, so I called them and they kept asking me, like, are you sure? Are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. I'm looking at it right now, okay? And there was it was in a tracking envelope. So, I mean, like, I was like, you would have been able to see everywhere that it went. And I'm telling you, I don't have it. Tristan's check isn't in there. The birth certificate's not in there. So there's two things missing, actually. There's two things missing. So I let him know, like I let my son's father know. And I'm like, he's like, well, we could just try to do it again and get a new birth certificate. But I'm like, no. Okay, that's aside from, this is big. This is big, because not only is it theft, okay, and maybe it's $80 now, but say they get him a SIM card, fraud him out, and then how many thousands of dollars could they fraud a new identity out? You know what I mean? A good credit, you know? So I'm like, that's not going to happen. So I called them and I asked them about it. I told them about it. And they were like, okay, we'll put a message of urgency on it and we'll get back to you. Okay, a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks go by. Tristan calls me today. And I'm like, no, and I'm about to check in with them. So I called them this morning. And it's so funny, like I'll get little cues of like fuckery, okay? There's like 290, I was like 290th in the queue. And then I was 230. And then all of a sudden I was like 260 or some shit again, right? Anyways. It's just a bunch of bullshit, right? And I'm like, no, they're not fucking around. That belongs to us, right? And I was like so full of passion and emotion when I was talking to his dad, because I know that he would eventually like talk to someone, okay, alongside me so that I wouldn't freak out, okay? But I was very professional on the phone. I was just telling them like that I had called them a few weeks ago. And there's only two ways that this can go. Either you said you sent it and you didn't, or it got intercepted. And it was in a tracking envelope, so you'd know exactly where that sucker went. You know, it's not hard. It's not rocket appliances, right? Shit. So I'm like, I need that back. We need that back, okay? And Tristan's going to be writing you a letter. Tristan's going to be writing you a letter with a new application so we can get my son's passport. And we need the birth certificate back. And then I was like, this is like 2 government agencies, and that's the only way, okay? That's the only way. Is a government worker fucked up because I don't have it. And neither does he. And yes, he put it in the envelope and mailed it to you, okay? Like, we are very, like, organized in the mind, okay? I'm hearing contrary to, what? Okay, so people don't believe that I am organized in the mind. Okay. Anyway, your opinion doesn't matter to me. So I called them and I let them know. And then I was like, and also I'm making a police report because if someone is to fraud my son out, okay, because that is something that could very well happen now that it's missing and you haven't found it and it's been 3 weeks. Okay, it's been like a month now. Okay, since we sent it in and his birth certificate didn't come back. So I made a police report, and Tristan sent them a letter saying that we need it back, and also the file number to our police report. So yeah, that was the fuckery of today. And it just happened so smooth. Okay, it happened so smooth. And people weren't expecting us to like step up to the table and like figure out, they were hoping that we would just be confused about it and let it go. So people are really angry about how I handled myself and how I handled that situation and how I encouraged my baby father to be a teammate, right? Go team. And then once he did that and once he showed me that, I was like, good job. Like, you did good. I was like, that letter is so professional. I was like, that's the most professional thing I've witnessed in a little while. Right? Very direct and to the point on the phone with these people. Okay? Passport Canada and the RCMP. And people hate how I handled myself, okay? But like, I get a thrill from that shit. People think it'll stress me out and then I'll just give up, but like that, I love that shit. I love it. I love telling people what's what and what they did, right? Especially when they're trying to like hope that when they like apply pressure, when people apply pressure, okay, it gets me in the zone. And people hate that. Why do they hate that? Let's find out. Because it shows my stability. Because it shows that I know what I'm talking about. It shows that I'm aware in the mind. It shows that I'm intelligent. This is why they don't like that. Because I came across as straightforward, direct, and to the point. Okay. I laid it out in a way where like anyone would be able to understand that. They know that my mental facets operate in a like a precise order, like precisely direct, asking questions that matter, giving statements that matter, and the reasoning behind it. Okay, they hate that I showed my intelligence on how I handled that situation with ease, fast. Okay, I had that situation handled before noon. Okay, and he called me at like, what, 10? Half that time was just waiting for my cue. Like grace too. Like with grace, but also stern, right? Like this is a big deal. It's not just $80. It's potentially more than that, right? And that's our property and it got stolen. And those calls are recorded, right? Those calls to the RCMP are recorded. Those calls to the Canada Post are recorded. Me and Tristan calling them both. Right? It's documented. I have dates, times, everything. Right? So if those were to go missing, I'd be able to tell the date and the time and who I spoke with. So like these people hate this because they can't leave you out in the cold when it comes to what? You being knowledgeable to something. When it comes to you getting a message of finances, okay? This is what they don't want. Okay, so they want you to look like you don't care about certain matters. Like if shit goes missing. Important shit. They want this to slip my mind, okay? And then I was told to let it rest until I tell you. Until I tell you to handle it. Okay? And then this morning, I got the message from Tristan and I got told, handle it. And then I did. Okay? And I was excited. Okay? I drank my coffee and I was like, yes. I get to go give a message about what was sitting in my mind for a while. Okay, I already got it all planned out. I just need to jot a few notes because I've already thought this all through. I'm just waiting for the message. I'm just waiting for the message. I'm just waiting for the message. This morning I got the message and I got to have some fun. Right? Yeah, somebody fucking hates this. Hates that I know how to direct a conversation. Okay? A scenario. I know how to address it in a proper manner and not go ballistic. I'm getting ballistic. Like this could have only went two ways, okay? Because things don't just disappear. And it got straight to your head office, okay? That went straight to your head office. Okay? I know the place he mailed it to. Okay? So it's like you said you either said you enclosed it and didn't, you kept it. Or someone from Canada Post intercepted it and then put it into another tracking envelope. And you would have been able to pinpoint everywhere that went. Figure it out. Figure it out. And then they better hope that my son doesn't get frauded out, okay? Because now I have a police report. Okay? I have dates, times, names. They were hoping that I would direct it in like an unintelligent manner, that I would tell somebody off. And I didn't. I had time to think about it, man. I wasn't supposed to act until God told me to. It was like precise, direct, to the point. And somebody said that I was like this, the Queen of Swords in the reverse. I'm going to go to the book for this because it's funny. It's funny. Where's my book? It's a manipulator. It's unintelligent. Okay? It's like mouthy. It's verbally abusive. Okay? And this is what somebody has reported about me. So for me to go and report my son's birth certificate stolen, okay, and how, and asking appropriate questions, okay, and then being very direct with every single fact is like goes against, it's like contrary to the people's beliefs, right? It's contrary to the lies, the gossip, the slander. It shows that I'm actually very stable, very grounded, and know how to handle myself, and that people were just doing acts of hate, crimes of passion towards me. It's like a pure jealousy, pure hatred, pure manipulation. Okay? Now you know why they were manipulating you, because they actually have nothing. They were manipulating you because they knew how intelligent I was. They were doing it behind the scenes and not to my face because they knew I'd be very direct about what they were saying with slander and gossip. This defeats anything that they tried to say about me. Like, they got the message loud and clear. This person is very sane. Okay, very intelligent. I'm not even at my like potential, right? Like, I just know certain things. I get told certain things because of certain experiences that I needed guidance. Okay, so they gave me guidance, my spirit guides. Because every single fucking person was lying about me and trying to manipulate my intelligence, okay? By like underhandedly, like behind the scenes fucking attacking me and then lying about it and gaslighting me about it. And like, I had to be a certain way. I had to collect myself, even though I was getting told all these truth about all these hate crimes, all these acts. There's something like to my core that had to bring me peace. Okay? Somebody said that I was very unbalanced, that I was a menace. I'm hearing a menace. I'm hearing a menace to society. That I was a menace to society. Yeah, and I'm hearing prostitute. Like, whoever gave you this message, they were speaking about themselves, okay? They're speaking about themselves. Like, it doesn't take someone smart to know that people do that. It was because there was many of them. Okay, so it was a collaboration. at least moving forward, doing your job, then you'll know that like if more than one person, if like more than a handful of people come to you and tell you the same thing within a certain time frame, then it's false. Then you should look into every single person that told you that false statement. Okay, especially after a certain time of like watching this person and knowing that they weren't promiscuous and knowing that they aren't violent. Okay, you should have been able to protect this person, but the reason that you didn't is because you're just as imbalanced as the people that gave you this statement. You're mad because you wanted me to just forget about this so that you can continue to control my investments. Or you're like, okay, let's handle these few problems, but then we won't handle her investments. Okay, we won't even bring it up. Yeah, we won't give her the message. Somebody didn't want to be left out in the cold when it came to like this message that you got about finances, your investments. So they just left you out of this generational wealth, this 10 of Pentacles. They just left you out of it. But now they're in anxiety because they took certain actions, and then you know about these actions through the divine. I'm actually really tired, so I'm going to turn this video off and I'm not going to post it. I'm just going to send it to myself. But yeah, that's what fucking happened today, okay? And people are really angry and upset that I handled it a certain way. And how I handled it was how I'd handle anything. Okay? It's just before I used to handle it right now. I need to do it now because this is on my mind. Okay? And it could be like, the way I'd want to handle it now, because it just came to my mind and it's a big thing, it would be portrayed a certain way, or it could be portrayed a certain way. It's like, now I know to give myself some time. Okay, to think it over. Okay, now think it over again. Okay, now just be patient, calm, chill, direct, to the point, nothing unnecessary. Okay, now execute. Okay, now be done. So like, I've learned to like slow down that passion of mine, right? Slow down those almost reckless emotions, right? But not really, because they're just guiding me of importance. Okay, it's like a sense of urgency. I'm getting that these people didn't put a sense of urgency on this. They didn't even look into it. Okay, and that's why that girl was acting so sus on the phone. Okay, that's why she didn't know what to do. Okay, because I'm not being protected in this. I'm not. Why do you think they sold my son's birth certificate in the first place? The same reason that they misguided my mail. The same reason I'm still not getting my mail. The same reason they killed me at that hospital. Okay? Because of the finances I have to my name. The finances that they already dispersed and split up. But now you're fucking with my kid. Okay? Not for the first time. Okay? They drugged my other kid. Okay? I had to go to the emergency room. They didn't want me to pull this in my work. But here it is. I guess I am posting it. There's going to be balance, okay? This is why they hate that. Me talking to the police today about waiting, my son's birth certificate. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. My son's birth certificate. Shit. Say that 5 times fast. It got stolen, and I know I can tell you exactly how it happened, okay? And my baby daddy knows how it happened too. He's actually going to send them a letter, okay? But we need this file number and this report done, okay? In a very constructive way. I know how to get to the point and just be done with it, right? I'm like, how do I explain this? And I just explain it perfectly, okay? But there's no more waiting for this defamation of character, for this slander. Okay, it's not going to work anymore. The magic that they did on, I know people hate when I bring magic into it, but it's just a real fucking thing, okay? It's energy. Okay, they threw magic behind these lies so that you'd be able to believe what they throw at you. Okay, so they're doing this to the justice system. So that also means like these police officers, right? So that they would be more engaged in listening to those lies, because I don't fucking talk to cops. I don't talk to cops. They traumed me out, okay? I was traumatized by cops. I was taunted in cells. I was hungry in cells, okay? I was blamed for something that I didn't do when someone drugged my kid, okay? I was going through a really hard time and they didn't ever fucking help me. I almost got ran over by someone and they knew about it and didn't help me, okay? They knew about so many things and they didn't help me. So me talking to them today and showing my, not only like my intellect, but like my emotional intellect, how like I, like my sense of urgency and my reasons of it being urgent. Okay, there's no more wait. There's no more wait on deciding whether or not that this was defamation of character or not. This was complete defamation of character. Okay, and me having that conversation about my son and Tristan and myself and our worries about the situation, what it could potentially be now it's stolen, okay? It's very evident that these were lies. It's very evident that I'm hearing that I'm all here, but why would you ever think that I wasn't all here? All you had to do was come have one short conversation with me and you'd know that. You'd know it. Okay, it's stupid, but it's the fact that I had them on the phone, okay? It's recorded. They know the conversations I had with Passport Canada, okay? And now the RCMP, and now Tristan with the RCMP, and this letter that was super professional. It's like, there's no way that we can pull off and say that she's crazy. There's no way. There's no way. And the only reason that they thought it up until this point is because my like belief system, right? People would think that it's out there, okay? But people that are just as tapped in as me would know that like I still have room to grow. I still have room to expand, right? And they believe just as much as me, if not more. More, way more, okay? So it's like, it's not, it just won't work. It just won't work. There's just way too much proof that I am all here, okay? I'm just like taken back that, I'm just still taken back by that, okay? And then another thing was that like, I used to use and drink, right? So that was another reason that they were trying to back this like untrustworthiness, this not all here. But like even under the influence, like I was still able to like maneuver and get around all the shit that you try to do to kill me. You know what I mean? And the only reason that I was under the influence all the time was because people were trying to snake me all the time, and I knew so much, and I was just disappointed and heartbroken and disappointed when I'm like, fuck, you too? You too? Mom, Dad? You fucking too? Right? Like, you know? It sucked. And I had like breakdowns. Okay? I had like breakdowns, not mental breakdowns, okay? They weren't mental breakdowns. My fucking heart was hurting. My fucking heart hurt, okay? It was like, that's what it was meant to do, so that it would be portrayed as a mental breakdown. And that's not what it was. They tried to fucking kill me, okay? They killed me in the hospital. They shot at me, okay? Buddy in the vehicle with me got hit, okay? My kid got drugged, was overdosing. I had to fucking bring him to the hospital. I got arrested for that. I got starved in cells. I fucking almost got ran over, poisoned, like how many times? Okay? These weren't mental breakdowns. My fucking heart was hurting. And now I don't really care. And it's not like I don't care. It's not like I don't care because I've like practiced making my mind so much stronger than my emotions. Okay, so not only am I this sensitive, like empathic, healing being, okay, my mind is more powerful, that I don't let those emotions control what I do. And with that comes, like, that's empowerment, right? That's power. Okay, now all this sensitivity that I feel inside me, I directed at myself. Okay, and I soothed myself because no one around me could. Okay, they cared about money more, and I can understand that to a certain degree. To a certain degree, I can understand that. And then after like having how many attempts at someone's life and they're not dead, and like the nervousness that comes with that person's not dead, and that this is going to be like spoken about like fucking like across the provinces, right? Worldwide. I'm hearing worldwide. Okay. That has a certain like degree of still wanting to attack. Okay. But if anyone attacks me now, okay, you're just the fucker that killed the earth angel. Okay. And it's like, I went through all of these things and I learned so many lessons, and that's why I come on here and I speak about it. So like when I'm tuning into people around me, giving me like a look because they've seen something I did on footage that wasn't consented to be taken to begin with. You understand that? So if they're like looking at me, side-eyeing me, still kind of trying to want to pass judgment, right? What is it that triggers you about me? Okay, because that I'm really not your problem. I'm really not your problem. You are. Okay, so it's like, I really don't give a shit what you think. Okay, I know what you think. As you're looking at me, I just get told what you're thinking. You know what I mean? It's annoying. It's annoying because I've already came on here and taught you the benefits of not doing that. Okay? And it's not going to stop me from coming on here and being as brutally honest as I have been. Because I'm not the only person that's been through this shit. And I'm helping other people in need navigate around the evils in this world. Okay? So you can either like show me a little bit of respect or never fucking talk to me. Okay, don't even entertain it. Oh, that message was for me. Okay, moving on. Moving on. People want to move into calmer waters now. A bunch of like love options. They want you to take a leap of faith with one of their love options so that they can continue to like have this facade. That's not going to happen. Yeah, this facade. This facade. Okay, so they want you to be in relations. confusions around a house, and life insurance of an Empress. Someone had life insurance, okay? And it belongs to me. Someone has a house and it belongs to me. And they want to continue this facade, okay? And that's why people are like wanting me to miss out on opportunities so that they can continue. Like, I'm getting blowing smoke up your ass. They want to blow smoke up my ass. Yeah, I know. I know. Like, people treat you like a certain way when you're being targeted, right? They stonewall you, they ignore you, they like make you feel, try to make you feel like you're not good enough, okay? So that you try harder. They act like you ain't shit, okay? Like your ideas ain't shit, like your love is like it's replaceable, okay? And it's not. It's irreplaceable. That's like a tactic, okay, to keep you confused, okay, to affect your stability. But you've already called judgment on this, okay? And they know it. There's like a certain judgment call when it comes to like this phone call and hearing me and how I speak. Okay, it was like a huge positive. That was divinely guided. And now you just look like a liar. You look like a liar. Forever wanting to take control of my house and my policies or whatever the fuck this is that got given to me. This confusion around this house, you're about to get picked up for that now, okay, because the smoke is cleared. It's very clear that you were just painting illusions when it came to this, my stability, saying that I'm unstable. But they're moving forward past these lies. Someone wants to make peace because of a certain judgment call. They're like, well, why if she moved here, she's over here? So like they think there's like two places. Or if she has this house here, why would she move? Why would she move? Yeah, they're passing judgment. People are passing judgment upon like the way that I used to live. I'm hearing coping mechanisms. People have all different types of coping mechanisms. Okay, you don't know the devils that I had to look in the face throughout my lifetime. Okay, of abuse. Okay, of sexual abuse, physical abuse, psychological abuse, emotional abuse. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Because I was attacked to the extreme my entire life. And there's other people that go through this too, and they don't have hope, and they don't know how to call judgment, and they continue to let this consume them and never step into their power and neglect themselves and in turn neglect their children. Like, I know how it is, and I got out of that. And I crowned myself and I stepped on my throne. So any judgment that you pass on me, I know that it's just a toxic trait of yours, a really bad habit of yours. Because I'm out here posting this shit for people to see that they're not alone and that they can do it too, and that they never give up on yourself. Never, ever give up on yourself. And this is something that you need to look at within yourself. Like, why would you ever pass judgment upon someone who went from this to this and is teaching people how to get out of it? Think about that. Think about that. And teaching people how to bring peace in their life, how to move away from it in a calm manner where this shit won't follow them. How to call judgment without even calling judgment, and move away in silence and be uplifted so you don't fall, okay? So you don't fall back into this, so that this doesn't follow you. How to move on. Move on from the lies and the deception and the deceit and become stable within self and to attract better things. Okay, so you can say anything that you want and it's not going to faze me. Okay? Yeah, I'll be like, turn my eye and be like, what was that? And what was that? What did I ever do to you? Nothing. Nothing at all. I'm going to read a herb. Bird dog. I swear it's not on my mind. It's not really. Natural healers revere this herb as nature's best blood purifier. Okay? That is, they believe that it rids the body of dangerous toxins. Okay? And I was just speaking about poisonings, okay? Ancient herbalists used burdock to treat snake bites. Nicholas Culpeper, the famous 17th century herbalist, wrote that it helpeth those that are bit by a mad dog. Today, many herbalists still recommend this herb for its diuretic action. It increases the flow of urine and promotes sweating. It is ultra I'm tired, so bear with me. It is also reputed to be helpful for the soreness and swelling caused by arthritis, rheumatism, sciatica, and lumbago. Used externally, it is considered a major natural treatment for skin problems such as eczema, psoriasis, and even canker sores. Burdock is also soothing for hemorrhoids. So somebody could be suffering with hemorrhoids, eczema, psoriasis, or canker sores. Burdock, Burdock. Possible benefits: helps rid body of excess water weight, soothes pain caused by arthritis, rheumatism, and backache, relieves skin irritation. How to use it: take up to 3 capsules daily, mix 10 to 25 drops of extract in liquid daily, apply locally to inflamed area as needed. Life is a test. It's only a test. One of my favorite posters says, life is a test. It's only a test. Had this been a real life, you would have been instructed where to go and what to do. Wherever I think of this humorous bit of wisdom, it reminds me not to take my life so seriously. Right? And that's what like these people who are passing judgment really need to like not take life so seriously and not, you know what, you're just gonna have to learn that lesson on your own, because I think I've talked about passing judgment. It's literally in the title. So if you've seen one of my videos of the word judgment in it, okay, go click on that, because I really go in depth on why that happens and what it triggers in you and how to work with that and transmute that energy. Okay, and I know because I really used to be really judgmental. Okay, before all this really extreme abuse happened. Okay, a little shit happened when I was like a kid and stuff. That was like abuse, but like before I was like really fucking tormented. Okay, I was really extremely physically abused where I didn't look in mirrors. Okay, I didn't look in mirrors for like almost a year, and when I knew that my face wasn't swollen, so I'd be able to look at myself and like cover my face up with makeup. But I remember looking in the mirror one time and like my like forehead was fucking out to here and my nose was fucking broken and I looked like someone who, like, you know that movie The Hills Have Eyes? I was unrecognizable. Okay, there were certain instances where I couldn't walk, where my skull was concaved, whatever you want to call it. Okay, my tailbone was broken and my forearm was broken. Okay, I couldn't walk. And the monster that did this to me was the same monster that had to bathe all the blood off of me. And I closed my eyes and I pretend that it was my mom. Okay, so before you pass judgment on people, understand that you don't know what the fuck that they've been through. And that they may have come and like got it out the fucking mud. But stand on what they stand for, those lessons that they took from that. Okay, and how they retrain their brain that that's not who they are. That's a powerful being. And then they continue to share that story, that wisdom, that they had faith in those moments, not knowing what came next. That's why you don't pass judgment. You never know where that person's been. Okay? They could be really young and been through the worst shit. So be careful what you do, okay? Because God might have that person's back. God has my back. Okay? And he's going to teach you this lesson. To humble yourself. To humble yourself. So maybe you should listen more instead of, you know, spewing that shit. It's not a good look. It really isn't. And that's what you guys care about, right? That's why you're passing judgment. It's what people look like. In like, never mind. Like have a light heart. Have a light heart. When you look at life and its many challenges as a test, a series of tests, you begin to see each issue you face as an opportunity to grow, a chance to roll with the punches or ride the waves. Whether you're being bombarded with problems, responsibilities, even insurmountable, I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Insurmountable hurdles. When looked at as a test, you always have a chance to succeed. And like, even if you think you know the answer, think of like an even more loving way or an even more direct way or an even more simple way. Okay, it's supposed to be simple and easy. Okay, it's us that make it hard. Our judgments, our need to be right, that's it. Our emotions. You know how I like explained training my mind to be more powerful than my emotions? My emotions are huge. I'm very, very sensitive, okay? When I was growing up, I got told that I was dramatic every single day, right? And they were big issues that I had a lot of emotions about, so I wasn't being dramatic. Okay, I just had I cared a lot. I still care a lot, okay, but my mind's more powerful than that. So it's actually not my weakness anymore. Okay, it's my strength. It lets me know things in depth. In the sense of rising above that which is challenging you. If on the other hand, you see each new issue you face as a serious battle that must be won in order to survive, you're probably in for a rocky journey. And even I don't look at things like that, okay? And I've been through a lot. Like, I still have more fun than any of the people around me. Why is that? Why is it that, like, I've had this really tragic life, okay? I'm not the only one. But in, like, my group of people, I've had this really tragic life in comparison. Why am I the one who's having the most fun? Why am I the one who's laughing the most? You know, like, this is like a real issue where it's really not that serious. Certain things are serious, but then you let it go and you let the universe handle it after you've done all you could, you know, and then go back to having fun. Okay. And if you really can't get out of that mind state, that emotional state, then go have a nap or a walk or whatever, right? Do what you need to do. But then get back to having fun. Like, I'm learning this too, right? That's why when I come on here, I'm like really honest. I'm like, this is what I'm working on because I do this. Like, my journey was very rocky. And like, I told you, like, I was having certain, like, heartbroken situations where, like, I'd be like fucking like scream crying into a pillow, man. Finding out all these people around me were against me, right? Like, family members not caring if I die, and actually witnessing like certain things of me like about to die and not caring, actually being relieved. Right? That broke my heart. So like I really had to start making myself feel lighter and focusing on myself and how to become lighter and how to transmute that energy and make me more powerful instead of having it defeat me. Okay, so this is something I really, really had to learn, and I'm very grateful that I did. Okay, and it's by the grace of God that I learned these things. And teachers along the way, right? Along the way of my journey. The only time you're likely to be happy is when everything is working out just right. And we all know how often that happens. As an experiment, see if you can apply this idea to something you are forced to deal with. Oh, here's the book. Perhaps you have a difficult teenager or a demanding boss. See if you can redefine the issue you face from being a problem to being a test. Rather than struggling with your issue, see if there is something that you can learn from it. Ask yourself, why is this issue in my life? What would it mean, and what would it be involved to rise above it? What would be involved to rise above it? Could I possibly look at the issue any differently? Can I see it as a test of some kind? If you give this strategy a try, you may be surprised at your changed responses. For example, I used to struggle a great deal over the issue of my perception of not having enough time. I would rush around trying to get everything done. I blamed my schedule, my family, my circumstances, and anything else I could think of for my plight. I think that's a typo. When it dawned on me, if I wanted to be happy, my goal didn't necessarily have to be to organize my life perfectly so that I had more time, but rather to see whether I could get to the point where I felt it was okay that I couldn't get everything done that I felt I must. In other words, my real my real challenge was to see my struggle as a test. Seeing this issue as a test ultimately helped me to cope with one of my biggest personal frustrations. I still struggle now and then about my perceived lack of time, but way less than I used to. It has become far more acceptable to me to accept things as they are. Praise and blame are all the same. I really like that. Okay, so I was looking for this earlier because I wanted to see I'm really tired. I just had so much like emotion after like hearing what that girl's thoughts were, right? In public. So I'm like, okay, I need to go on here and I need to speak about the birth certificate thing. And then I also need to speak about whatever comes out because there's something in me that needs to come out, and I figured out what it was. Okay. It's coming back to judgment again. So that's obviously something like that needed to come out. Okay, so these people are in like misery and distress and ruin. Okay, because of this, they were the adverse in my life. They're a disgrace, deception. Okay, because of all this, like, they tried to make this seem like a lesser degree. Okay, they oppressed me. Oppression. Okay, they tried to put me in prison. Okay, they tried to kill me. They had how many attempts at my life? They did kill me once. Okay, so it's like a type of depression, oppression. They were hoping that I would stay in depression, that they could keep me there, so that they can continue to lie on my name. But anyways, like, because I handled this situation so like skillfully, okay, that's what it was. Okay, in a way where they can't say that I'm who they put me out to be. Okay, but because of all this like oppression over the years, it's like, yeah, they didn't succeed in putting me in jail that one time when they wanted to, right? But I was still very much imprisoned. By the way that I was surrounded and oppressed and attacked and abused. Okay, so I forget what I was saying. I'm really tired, so I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna look for the Queen of Swords in reverse. Widowhood. This is in the upright, okay? I'll say it in the upright, okay? Because in the upright speaks about how I handled this situation. Actually, they're saying King of Swords. Okay, so it's me as if I'm being in my masculine, okay? Because we all have femininity and masculinity within us. Okay, so me in that conversation today was being in my masculine. So they're telling me that I'm in the King of Swords in the upright. That's the energy that I held, okay? Because we all hold, in our lifetime, we all hold these types of energies. The devil came up. The devil, okay? So that would have been when I was obsessed with, like, say, using or toxic traits or binded by toxicity. Okay, these people in my life, these situations in my life. Okay, this would be like moving into calmer waters after conflict. We've all been through that. We've all been touched by this, or someone trying to bind us to this, someone in our family, right? We've all had to move into calmer waters. We've all had to close out cycles in our life. Okay, we've all felt discarded at one point. We've all felt Like we've needed to move on from a situation in a fast-paced manner. Okay, or we have all taken a ride in a vehicle, right? These are all certain cards that we've been through in our lifetime, and they're just used as guidance to grow. It's a tool. It's a tool to help you start following your intuition. Okay, so there's nothing terrible about tarot. Really, there's not. Most of us needed tarot to get out of situations that we needed guidance from. Okay? Because God saw that what surrounded us. Okay, so I'm going to read the King of Swords. King of Swords. I'm so tired. The King of Swords in the upright. That's what I'm going to read, okay? Because they're saying that's who I was in this situation today when I was on the phone. Okay? And then I'm going to read the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay? Because that's who went and manipulated all this shit around me for the longest time. Okay? The energy that these people hold. Okay, so the King of Swords in the upright. Whatsoever arises out of the idea of judgment and all its connections. Power, command, authority, militant intelligence, law offices of the crown, and so forth. See, that was like my phone call today, okay? And this is what I was put out to be. I was put out to be malice, prudery, deceit. I don't know what artifice means, and I don't know what bigotry means. I don't even know if I'm saying those words right. Bigotry. They're saying bigotry. Bigotry. Okay, and then artifis. FICE, I mean, I don't know. But I'm not going to go through that again because I'm really tired. And I need to go to bed. I hope like that you got a message out of that. I just kind of remember stuttering a lot. I already like forget everything that I said. Straight channeling. But I know that like this shit's exhausting, right? Like there's no other signs of what they've said about me to like it's proven to be false and misdirected is the point. Yeah. Like, and I didn't care about people passing judgment back then. I don't care about people passing judgment now, and I'm trying to teach you about it too, right? Like, go back and read that message, but like, and I still won't care what you think and what you try to pass judgments on me when I'm like way past this situation. Because I already know, like I've already been taught this. I already know it to be true, and that's why I'm able to teach it, okay? So I'm able to speak on it. Because I had to learn that way back and oh fuck, I had learned that a long time ago. I learned that a long time ago. Yeah, new things to come, right? And that's why they hate that, because that solidified something, okay? That was a big move. It was just me handling some shit that happened to me, that happened to my son, that happened to my son, okay? This isn't the first time that they fucked with my kids, okay? But it's definitely the last. Have a good night.